I don't know who needs to hear this today, but you need to hear this today. I be getting questions from folks talking about my child knows better and they're doing this. If your child knew better, they wouldn't do this. This thing that you don't want them to be doing that you've told them not to do. If they knew better, they would not do it. Because here's T. The word no comes from the word no. Yes, I'm in my bathroom. It's a mess. It's whatever. But I have to get this off my chest, right? The word no, right, comes from the word knowledge, right? As in, intellect, the brain, right? And your child's brain is developing, right? And there's a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex is responsible for things like executive function, impulse control being one of them, right? Even though you've communicated to your child, look, don't do X, Y, Z. And they may still do it because guess what? That part of the brain is still developing, right? And the impulse, right, to control the things they're not supposed to be doing ain't quite all the way together yet. It just isn't. That's just brain development. That's not your kid sitting down plotting. That's the thing about y'all. Y'all be thinking these kids are sitting there plotting. Who told you that your child has a vendetta against you? Who told you that? And why do you believe it? Part of this whole thing, and listen, I get it. It's annoying as hell. Part of this whole thing as being a parent is repeating yourself, right? Because there's such a thing as muscle memory. So you got to repeat yourself a bunch of times because listen, guess what else isn't fully developed in our children? Auditory processing. That's right. So you be thinking they understand, they heard you the first. This is why we repeat ourselves. This is why we say, you're not listening. Because guess what? Auditory processing also developed up in here, the prefrontal cortex. I don't even know where the prefrontal cortex is, but I'm assuming it's somewhere up in here. Auditory processing isn't developed until they're 14 years old, and that's in neurotypical children. So if you've got a child who is not neurotypical, like me, neurodivergent mama, whose auditory processing is a mess, I can't hear you. You talking to me, and I can't really. I might be nodding, right? I haven't taken in anything that you said. Literally, this happened just the other day with my son. Right, happens all the time. I will physically say to him, "Hey, here's your shirt right here. Your shirt, right, that you're gonna wear for the day." Then he come out fully dressed in something else. And I'm like, where's the shirt you gave me? He'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, but I told you, you know what I'm saying? I literally have to hold his face like this, touch his face, get his attention, like for real, to get him to like actually hear me and do and follow through what I've asked him to do. But if I didn't understand that auditory processing for him, he's got, it's not developed. If I didn't fully understand that, I would take it personally. I'm like, he knows he wasn't supposed to do X, Y, and Z, and he intentionally, plotted to disobey. Like, why are you going? Because if they know we're gonna get mad, right? They know that much. They know there's gonna be consequences and that we will be upset. And so the idea that they would intentionally decide to do something that's gonna they can't foresee. They can't think that far ahead. They don't have that level of intent and intellect because again, they are children. So baby, please give these kids some motherfucking grace. Knock it off. They don't know better. They will learn better through repetition, through your education as a parent, your job to discipline them, right? Create boundaries because discipline means to teach, right? So you have to teach over and over and over and over and over again as that brain develops and they learn to do better. Dr. Ross Greene, author of The Explosive Child, always says, kids do well if they can. If they can. All right. If y'all haven't read that book, go ahead and read it. And also read The Whole Brain Child. Learn some child to brain development. Stop having expectations that are wildly inappropriate because kids are going to do the wildest things. And you're just like, how could you not know that that was a dumb thing to do? Because they don't. Period.